Okay, and once again over that familiar tune. Hello, everybody, and hello, Mark. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good. I'm very good today.
You had a good week?
Thank you. I have a very good
Hanging
week.
about Newport?
I've been hanging about Newport.
Good, good.
Yeah. I even left Newport as well.
What?
Up to Causeway Head and round Inverdovet.
Oh, right. Well, that's not too far from Newport, so that's okay.
I started getting a bit feeling a bit dizzy when I left.
Yeah. I feel I
too
get
far.
a bit lightheaded when I get across to Dundee and that myself, Mark. But and Mark, we have to just say, Mark's Haystack Monolith in Another Guise. He sings, and you were on Six Music this week.
I was.
You were.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So you can check that out. Look for Haystack Monolith and Six Music, and Mark was on it. So yeah. So all these songs are coming from a professional angle. So, but most of all, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the massive amount of emails, massive amount of mentions on Facebook, and getting involved in the podcast and writing to us. And we'll be mentioning some names as we go along today. But we did got quite a few, Mark, didn't we?
Yeah. I was surprised.
I was, pleasantly surprised because I think we talked when we put out the first one, we spoke about maybe if we don't get any emails, we'll have to write emails ourselves and read them out. It would have been a bit embarrassing. We'd have been sitting here in Newport-on-Tay Towers television centre writing our own emails, but we didn't have to. So we've got some emails and we'll be reading them out a little bit later on. And so shall we go what's coming up in the podcast today?
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Well, I thought, today we're going to talk about the Harbour. We're going to talk about the Harbour, and we're going to have an interview with Liz down at Davy Anderson's Harbour. She's going to tell us all about what goes on down there, and it's really fascinating.
I've heard it. It sounds really interesting. Looking forward to hearing it.
I'm looking forward to hearing it again as well, because it was really interesting. It's a lovely place. So we've got that coming up. We're going to talk about the third Newport that we went to, because we never mentioned it the last time. So hopefully everyone's tuning in, ready to hear the third Newport, and we've got a new, I know we're new anyway, but we've got a new section. I found this book about the hidden histories of Newport-on-Tay, and it has some fascinating stories in it.
Yeah.
And we're going to read one out a little bit later on. I'm going to read it out. Excited. Do you want to know what it's called?
Please.
Yeah. It's the bit we're going to read out from the book is, Did Elvis Presley visit Newport-on-Tay Bowling Club?
Did he?
Well, that's coming up after I was going to say after the news, but it's after the interview.
Yeah.
It's going to be after the interview.
But it's kind of news in a way.
Yeah. So we've got that to look forward to. Well, hopefully anyway.
Yeah.
And but first of all, we're going to just quickly talk about our furthest away listener, because we did ask people.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read out a couple of names here. So Kim Shaw and Darren Nelson are in Australia.
What about in Australia?
I'm not too sure now. I've not written that down. So
yeah.
caught me again. Somewhere in Australia anyway. And we're having a bit of a debate about who was the furthest away in Australia. But I've got Paul Dignan, he's in Ontario, Canada. We've got Anne Berry, who's in Picton, New Zealand. We've got Angela Andrews, she's in Oxfordshire. Gail Mitchell's in Aberdeen. And Ian Jameson is in Tambourine Mountain in Queensland.
Tambourine Mountain.
That's nice.
Yeah.
We should have written a song about that. We'll do that in the next episode. Tambourine Mountain, something like that. But he's actually quite handily, he's 10,143 miles away.
Oh, that's pretty, yeah. I think that's the miles in.
Quite a long way.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna and lots of people said they were from Newport and have listened. So thanks everybody for putting a message on about that. So many messages, and we also had a few emails about other Newports as well. Shan Steele visited a Newport near Sydney, Australia. Right. That's one to put on our list, Mark.
Yes.
Alan Wilson sent in some pictures of a Newport-on-Tay news sign that's somewhere, or a Newport news sign somewhere. So we've got that. And Grant Howitt and Stephen Borland, they both went to Newport.
Where's Newport?
Newport in Belgium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of opened a whole other world of Newports for us.
How many different ways is Newport? And how many can you say Newport in different languages?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think it's spelled Nieuport. So Newport. I'm sure we're saying that right. So they went to Newport.
Sure?
I don't know if I'm sure. I think it is. But they had apparently the highlight of the trip was to have mayo and chips.
The mayo and chips is good there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, the French fry was actually invented in Belgium. French fries a bit more.
The French fry was invented in Belgium.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so confusing.
I know.
But mayo and chips. I don't know. I don't mind mayo and chips, but I would never have mayo on chips from the Fifey.
No, I don't generally get mayo and chips, but I did when I was there.
Yeah. No, look, I think I like good, honest Newport chips.
Yeah.
Well, you know, none of
the
these.
tartar sauce in there's good though.
The tartar sauce, homemade tartar sauce in the Fifey.
Yeah.
Is nice. We have got the best chippy in Fife. Definitely.
I
think so.
Yeah.
Would you not agree?
I've not been to all of them.
Well, I haven't been to all of them. But obviously, it's in Newport, so that's the kind of thing. But anyway, so that's it. So thanks to all those people. And what we've decided is, so I can't really work out who is the furthest away person. So basically, if you're not in Britain and you wrote in, we'll organise a pencil for you.
It's a great idea.
So it's about 5 or 6 pencil. So we'll get so if any of you people, I've read out their names now. I know that Kim and Darren's coming across the Newport, so we'll just give him the pencils. But if we've read out your name there, let us know your address, and we'll organise to get a pencil to you.
No
a Newport-on-Tay podcast pencil, which people are asking about.
Pencil postage.
Yeah, they're quite. We're going to get in pencil debt if we carry on like this. But so we've got all of that coming up. So that's the first away listeners, we've done that. So Newport-on-Tay Harbour is what we're going to talk about a little bit.
Yeah.
It's nice, the harbour, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just like you drive past it, and it was built in 1823 by, Mark, do you know?
Thomas Telford.
Thomas Telford.
Aye.
Indeed. I think a world-renowned engineer, builder, chap.
I think that's what he's most proud of as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Apparently it is in his biography.
I read it on the internet.
Yeah. Thomas Telford's most proudest moment was building Newport-on-Tay Harbour.
Yeah.
And of course when the harbour was built, I suppose that then Newport became more populated because people could obviously get across a lot easier.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? And I think a lot of mill owners, and they were the sort of start of the big houses coming up in Newport.
Yeah, they could leave the sort of smog and the dirty streets of Dundee, live in nice clean air.
And that, And, but also the people in Dundee could come across, and you see lots of pictures of it, and get a bit of fresh air and have a swim by the
you
rock
see pictures on the braes.
Yeah,
hundreds of people.
like hundreds diving off.
With nice big hats.
Looking very smart, enjoying it. So all the people from Dundee were able to come across and enjoy the fresh air. But it was also good for Newport people, because for the first time, Newport people could hop on the ferry, go across to Dundee and get a big shop.
So
it's benefit for everybody.
Yeah. I really like the cobbles that are still there outside.
And they're still there.
Yeah.
And they're still there. And if you look on the internet, there's pictures of elephants and camels standing there.
I've seen that, yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's a good picture.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you've not seen that picture, do go onto the internet and just put elephants Newport-on-Tay, and you'll see the picture of the elephants hanging about with some camels.
Look at them hanging about.
Yeah, just smoking. Yeah, that's what they did in those days, just hang about. But apparently the school kids got off school for a couple of hours because this was the circus, and I don't know whether it was coming into Newport or maybe going over to Dundee. Yeah. But the school kids were allowed out and to see all the animals and stuff.
It's so exciting.
It must have been brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't get away with it.
So what was the date? Do you know?
Well, I think that was early sort of 1900s.
Right, yeah.
Or 19 something or other. Like 1910, 1920 maybe. Something like that. When you could still have animals in circuses.
Cram on boats.
Yeah, just shove them on boats. Imagine watching elephants going across the Tay with camels and everything. It must have been amazing. So look up that. But yeah, Thomas Telford built it 1823. It still looks the same. At least the outside. I mean, that's just the original buildings. And of course the shop buildings have been done up lately. Did you not say you'd got...
I got my first pair of football boots.
You got your first pair of football boots from the
wee shops. There used to be shop. There's really sort of vague memory, but yeah, my first sort of the Moulder football boots
were from the shops in Boatbrae.
Yeah.
Next to Harbour.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember the shops being there, but I know there's pictures. The chemist used to be there. I think they were one of the shops in the Harbour.
It's funny because I can't remember that, but I just remember the football.
Oh no, I've only seen pictures of it. From a long time ago. But now it's all done up, and we will speak about that actually, because we've got an interview coming up, our interview that's coming up, and but it must have been great getting off the ferry. You know, it just sounds brilliant. Like diving down, you see people piling out after work coming off the ferry. It must have been
a total new holiday destination.
Yeah. Would you like the ferries to come back?
Yeah. As long as it didn't knock the bridge down.
Well, yeah,
just
no,
had to use
you keep the
ferries.
bridge. No, you can have an option. I
That's
think
good to go on.
we're going to bring back
ferries or bridges, one or the other.
progress is done. We're going back the way here. But to be honest with you, I think I'd probably like to go on the ferry and to work and come back, and I think it would be great. But I think by about week 2, I'd probably get a bit sick of it. Like I'd probably get wet. And
But a nice day might be quite nice as well.
Yeah, it's more a leisure activity, really, isn't it? Being on a ferry now. In that sense.
So it's because I lived on Iona, I used to get the ferry quite a lot.
Yeah.
But then you didn't have any other option. But
No.
it's generally quite good.
It's quite pleasant,
invigorating kind of experience.
Yeah, I'd quite like it, but I remember watching in the Newport History Group showed us a film once about the history of the ferries, and he interviewed this man who used to work on the ferries, and he was saying, oh, it was great, you know, and we'd get across the water and you could get all the rest of it, giving you all the description of how great it was. And then at the end of the interview, the man said to him, so you'd love for the ferries to be back, I would imagine. And he went, no. He said, no, there's a bridge now. You just go across it. He said, why would you want the ferry? And you're like, oh yeah, right enough. You somehow look a bit romantically at something.
That's one thing, the word romantic.
Yeah,
it's just a bit of romance.
I think what would be, I mean, I don't want to get away from the harbour, but I think what I wish the trains were back in Newport.
Right, yeah.
So you could just, because we're in here in Newport-on-Tay Towers recording studios. We're just going to call it a different name, obviously, every time we mention it now. But I mean, the train station's just up from here, and it would be great, you know, to pop across and, you know, not have the car and.
Yeah.
Just seems better, and you don't even have to stop at Dundee. You could go to Arbroath for the day on the train.
Did it go to Tayport as well, didn't it?
I think so, yeah.
As well,
Yeah, so you could even to Tayport. You could go there for the day, if you want.
Why not?
Each to their own.
Each to their own, yeah.
But, no. Well, we like Tayport. But yeah, so that's the ferries and the trains. And I mean, when you go through Berry's Den, if you look carefully, you can see the old pillars from the train tracks, you know, and it must imagine walking through Berry's Den, perhaps with a new
Can you see the steam, the smoke coming out through the trees? That's at the top of Berry's Den, isn't it?
Yeah.
Coming through the gates.
Yeah, so you've got the top way, and then you've got the remnants of a bridge. Yeah. And if you look beyond that, you can see the pillars for the train. Yeah. So I think so. Yeah, really interesting. So yeah, Newport Harbour. So yeah, it kind of flourished Newport. We have the harbour, but that was in the old days. And what we'll hear about very shortly from Liz is what goes on there now, and it's very interesting.
Present day, yeah.
Present day. So we're going to do that. So I tell you what, Mark. Why don't we actually go over to Liz now and hear the interview?
Good idea.
But shall we sing a little song first?
Yeah.
Before we do that, yeah. Shall we do that?
That was a good time to sing a song.
Yeah. I think so. We're going to do it because we're going to do songs all the way through the podcast because that's what we're going to do. Yeah. So, and we've written one called "Home on the Braes," and this may be a recollection of what people might have felt like when they came here. Yeah. All those years ago. Shall we do the song?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We have counting.
If you want to join in, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, please do. Yeah. Yeah. We'll put the words in the credits or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll try.
We'll try. I promise you, we might.
It took me quite a while to load all of this onto Spotify and all these other things the last time. So I hope
we've done all the donkey work now. Hopefully, it's easier.
I hope so. I hope so. But anyway, yeah, let's go. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's our little song, "Home on the Braes." Yes. Home, home on the braes, where the benches and big rocks stay. There are views of delight morning, noon and at night when you're living in Newport-on-Tay. Home, home on the braes, where the benches and big rocks stay. There are views of delight morning, noon and at night when you're living in Newport-on-Tay. Yay! Very good. Well, that was a great wee song.
That felt nice.
And that's just going to bring us very nicely into our interview with Liz at the harbour. And we'll see you back here in a couple of minutes. And here we are. Here we are actually in the harbour, and we're with Liz. Hello, Liz. How are you doing?
Hello, Simon. I'm fine, thanks.
Thanks for giving us this interview, our second interview. Okay, so and Liz and Davey run the place, and we are sitting. Actually, we're sitting upstairs, and we're surrounded by wetsuits, brand new wetsuits, and life jackets, and various things you would need for what you do on the water. And we're looking out onto the rail bridge and it's a bit of a choppy day. We were going to do it outside the interview, but it was a bit windy, so we've come inside. So the Harbour was built in 1923. We've gone on about that already. And in 1966, I've just been speaking to Liz, it was bought by the University of Dundee, and then we're going to skip 1966 up to 2002, Liz, where you and Davy bought the place and took it over, yeah?
Yes. We managed to purchase the property from Dundee University, which was great because David's worked with boats all his days.
Yeah.
And to have a site where you can work on boats and then launch them in the water, test them in the water, is just ideal for our business. So that worked out perfectly for us. So we came in 2002 and have been here ever since, and very busy.
Yeah, well, it is busy. And what I feel is you can drive past here and it's lovely to see, but behind the doors you don't see an awful lot. You don't. It's a boat repair yard, I think, initially, but you've branched off to all other sorts of things, and it's a massively, hugely busy place. So what other sort of things are going on here since you've took it over?
Yeah, we predominantly started as outboard mechanics and service agent and an authorised centre for Yamaha outboards. But that has grown into, because we had the premises, we had space to have chandlery and things. So we have all the paints and ropes and anything that you might need for using your boat on the water. We have, like you say, the wetsuits and all the gear that you want to wear as well. But since that did expand quite rapidly, but with us being in this ideal location, we managed to branch into other areas. Like we now supply fully MCA coded boats, safety boats to the Tay Road Bridge. We often get called to Dundee Docks to assist with any work that needs doing around the oil rigs that are there. Ships sailing up to Perth, we'll often put pilots on and off the ships. And move the ships around with our boats in Perth Harbour. So that's been really interesting, and it's really good for the guys because it's really diverse. They come into work and they're never sure what they're going to be doing that day. They could be called out to anything, but it keeps life very interesting.
Well, I've popped in a few times and I never know what's going to be going on when I've popped in, and sometimes you're like, oh right, it is quite busy, but So it's kind of a shop and leisure. We'll go into leisure in a wee second, but sort of safety. So if there's people on the bridge or stuff like that, you supply boats to sit there.
So when the Tay Road Bridge, men are working out on the gantry and things, they have to have a boat in the water should anything happen. So that's one of our contracts.
Yeah, doing that. That's amazing. Yeah, and Yamaha, the biggest supplier of Yamaha engines in Scotland. Is that too far? No, we're going to go with that?
Yeah, we're going to go with that. Yes, David has been a Yamaha man all his days. Through and through, but they are a very good product, so that's good. So
there you go. If you're looking for an outboard, did I say that right? Yes. And you're looking for a Yamaha, we're not doing product placement, we're just saying that there. No. That is interesting. And so if you need your boat repaired as well, here's a good place to come.
Yes, we do servicing of the engines here on site, and it's great because, like I say, with us having access to the water, you can fix the boat and then test it in the water, so it's running right, because you can't really check if you're just running them on a hose or anything. And
you and Davy and how many other people work here?
We have 3 other skippers working here, and we have another girl in the office.
Right, okay.
Yes,
amazing. And of course you've done up the units next door, which look lovely. Obviously we know what's going on there at the moment, but that looks a lot better than it did for the past 50 years. I mean, it makes it look stunning.
And that was a project David managed to take on while he was doing all this as well. So I'm not really sure how he managed that, but he did.
He's a very busy man. He is a very busy man. You're very busy. You're all very busy in here. So, well, that's fantastic. And then, and if you want to see a dolphin...
Yes, that's an area that we have moved into now as well, which is leisure cruises for parties. What we call it boat charter. So rather than sell tickets so that you come along and get a £20 ticket or whatever, we sell the boat as a package. So you get a group of 12 of you, which is normally quite easy, and we find a lot of people do it for like special birthdays and things like that. And they come along here, we load them onto the boat, we take them out for about an hour and 45 minutes. We sail out to the mouth of the river and look for the dolphins.
Yeah.
And they're pretty good in the summer at appearing.
I was about to say, do you always get them, or do you not?
Always, not always,
okay.
but it is completely magical when you do see them.
Yeah.
It really is special. Yeah, people just love it. And then we bring them back up and we take in sites like Broughty Ferry Castle, up past the docks, under the road bridge. We stop at the V&A because that's really nice, because when you're on the water and you see a unique side to it, the architecture looks really different. We take them up to the rail bridge because it is just fabulous underneath the rail bridge. It's so eerie and just so lovely. And potter around there, and then bring them down the coast of Newport, and everybody loves it because they normally know people, or there's our house and so whatever.
Of course,
And it takes about an hour, like I say, an hour and 45 minutes. It's your own little party. You can bring some beer, some fizz, a picnic on the boat with you. That
sounds amazing. Well, I know that I haven't been on it, but the Newport History Group's done it a couple of times, and they've raved about it.
Great
and I
fun.
take it that's summertime.
Yes. Yeah. Really, in this country, end of May, if the weather's good, through till the end of August, middle of September. But that's your short window.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely need to book a trip. We'll have to book a trip because I'd love to see the dolphins. But I haven't been under the rail bridge. I've walked under it where you can walk under it, and even that, we're definitely going to do a special on that because the bricks, it's just amazing.
It's just
you feel... Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, so we'll book a trip. But you can book a trip, ladies and gentlemen. All you need to do is get in contact with the harbour, and you get a boat. And I take it you get the skipper, obviously, don't you?
Yes,
and you
get the skipper. You got a skipper with the boat.
Right, there you are. And then you can bring your own picnic or whatever. And so it's great for the community as well, because you're running a great business. Highly respected. People come here for all the engines, for gear, for kit, and all the rest of it, and repairing things. But there's the other side, which is the community can get involved in.
Absolutely.
And come down.
And it's a nice break for our guys as well doing it, because it can all get quite serious when you're trying to repair things for people and keep everybody on the water and keep safety boats happy. And if you are doing a tricky job over at the rigs or anything.
Yeah.
So actually doing something like the pleasure cruise, they enjoy as well, because it's just different.
And speaking of enjoyment, the other thing you're doing, and we've done this before, but actually no, you haven't done this before. This is one new thing and one thing you've done before, where you've opened up the pier. It's the Le Freak.
Yes.
Boys and girls in Dundee, and they've come and done. And I don't want to sound old here. Is it a rave? A dance.
I don't think we're allowed to call it a rave.
Not a rave, no. It's a dance night. Yeah. Yes. Sorry, Le Freak. That's just me. I'm sorry. I was just told. That's all. But I've been down to it, and it's brilliant. And people come from all over into the harbour, where they've got music, tents are there, bars are there. It's fantastic, isn't it?
It's a great event. It's just a load of guys and girls having a really good time with really good music in a really safe environment, and it really is nice. So they've done it now for about 4-5 years.
Yeah.
So this year, with the Euros coming...
Yes, this is the new thing. Yep.
And our boys being into their football, and the Le Freak boys being into their football, they've decided to host something on the 14th of June called Fan Zone.
Yep.
So they have a great big screen coming, and they're selling tickets, and they're going to do the German-Scottish theme.
All right.
Yes, and there'll be food and venues and hopefully a bar. That's still in the final stages of planning. It's family orientated.
Yeah.
It is. Children are welcome as well with their parents. It's a real family venue for everybody to enjoy Scotland's first game at the Euros.
Enjoy Scotland's first victory in the Euros. That's what we're thinking. And that's on the 14th of June.
That's on the 14th.
And that's an all-day event?
I think it's starting at 5 o'clock at night.
5 o'clock at night,
sorry. Because I think the kick-off is around 8 o'clock at night. And with us having to clear the pier out for that, the boys have decided that they will go on the next day and have their Le Freak pier party. Again, the tickets are not on sale for that. They are on sale at the moment for the fan zone, but the pier party ones should be coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Right, but we'll keep people informed of that, so we'll let people know. Great. And if you check out Newport-on-Tay News and pick a different Newport-on-Tay, then we'll definitely let everybody know when you can get the tickets and when.
That.
But that's the 14th of June for the big screen fan zone for the football, and then the 15th of June, Le Freak guys are back to Rock the Harbour. Is that more trendy? Yeah. So they're back to Rock the Harbour on the thing, and that's like I think David said that starts at 2. Was it 2 o'clock? And on both events, I think the end of the event will almost be the sunrise over the Tay, which you can watch.
Yes,
it's just gorgeous,
incredible.
Well, you know what? Isn't that interesting, ladies and gentlemen? Liz, are you okay?
Yes, I'm good, thanks.
Thanks very much for coming along, or letting me come along and interview you. It's fascinating. You and Davey have really made this place something, and that's amazing. And there's people working here, and it's always busy. And I don't suppose people just pop in and out at will, because you are very busy. But if you need anything to do with boats, sailing, wetsuits, or anything like that, here's the place to come.
Thank you.
It's the place to be. Liz, well, listen, thank you very much. That's just our second interview. Liz was a bit nervous when I said it's only my second interview. So, there you go. We're going to go back to Mark and Simon now, which sounds a bit weird because that's me. But we're going to go back to Mark and Simon. Liz, thank you. Take care of yourselves. And we'll see you again sometime.
Bye just now.
All the best. All the best. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
And there we are.
Ooh,
Wasn't that interesting?
Yeah, definitely.
It's a well-busy place.
She came across really well.
Yeah, she came across brilliant. Yeah, no, it was a really nice chat. And a big thanks to Davey and Liz for letting us come and wander around the harbour. We'll put some pictures up actually on Newport-on-Tay News. Yeah, there's a picture and there's a plaque of Telford.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Is that on?
It's like in the harbour. So we'll put some pictures up.
Yeah.
About that. But big thanks to Liz and David for letting us do that. And we'll book a trip on a boat. I think that's the message that's coming out of there. And we'll keep you up to date with what's going on with the pier parties and the football as well. Okay, so just check Newport-on-Tay News and we'll keep you up to date on that. So, Mark, we're going to do our new feature, which is Mysterious Tales of Newport's Hidden History. So, have we got a jingle for that?
You do have a jingle for that.
Well, why not play it and I'll just get right into it.
Okay.
It's time for Newport-on-Tay Hidden Histories. Okay, so Mark, here is the news of the hidden histories of Newport-on-Tay. The first story in the book is actually, did Elvis visit Newport-on-Tay Bowling Club? Ooh. It's really interesting. So, in March the 3rd, 1960, Elvis famously stopped at Prestwick Airport. Yeah. And loads of crowds turned out to see him. But people thought he was only there for a few hours. He was actually there for 3 days.
3 days?
3 days, according to the hidden histories of Newport-on-Tay. And he was very bored. And he was heard to be saying he just wanted to go bowling. Right? And it just happened at the time that Lonnie Donegan was in the area. Yeah. And he liked playing bowls as well. And he said to Elvis, look, I've got a good place to go. And I'll bring you to it now. And he got Elvis out of Prestwick and gave him a lift to Newport-on-Tay to go to the bowling club.
He sneaked him out of the dustbin.
Pardon?
I think he sneaked him out of the dustbin.
He maybe did, yeah. That was his big hit, wasn't it? But so he sneaked him out in a dustbin and brought him to the Newport-on-Tay Bowling Club. And he was really excited to show Elvis the Newport-on-Tay Bowling Club. But the problem was they walked up the steps to the Newport-on-Tay Bowling Club. And Elvis got to this, and he looked over the bowling green that was there and the clubhouse, and there was a few old ladies playing bowls. Elvis was furious. Why? Yeah, well, Lonnie Donegan said he'd never seen him that angry before. That's actually in Lonnie Donegan's autobiography. He mentions this because Elvis thought he was going 10-pin bowling.
Oh, of course.
You see, and he was actually crown green bowling. And Lonnie thought Elvis was about to just turn around.
Easy mistake to make.
It is an easy mistake to make. It's just a local thing, isn't it? It's just different sort of bowls, you know. But cultural differences. But in the end, because he was actually about to just turn around and say, "Look, Lonnie, could you give me a lift back? Could you give me a lift back to Prestwick?" You know. But in the end, he ended up playing bowls with the ladies on the green, and he had a couple of games, and he really enjoyed it.
Did he win any games, you know?
Apparently, I think they let him win.
Yeah.
They let him win a couple because it was Elvis.
Yeah.
But and
they saw him angry as well.
And they saw him angry, and that wasn't a usual sight. But I mean, it wasn't angry for long, you know. I think he was quite happy to be there. And one of the old ladies that were playing bowls actually made him a fried banana sandwich because she'd heard that he likes them. So, and apparently in Newport for quite a while after, fried banana sandwiches were quite a thing, and nobody really knew why, but that was why, because Elvis had come to Newport and had a fried banana sandwich. But he had a great time, and he played a couple of songs in the bowling club, And then Lonnie gave him a lift back home, and off they went. But it was kind of very low key, you know, about this. But so if you were in the Newport Bowling Club on March 3rd, 1960, well, let us know.
Yeah.
Newport-on-TayTV @gmail.com. Did you witness Elvis Presley in Newport? Was he ever here? It's the mystery. Well, that's the mystery of the book. And we'll
hear from an actual human in real life.
It would be good. Well, I could tell you, if you've been to Graceland, then let us know, because apparently when Elvis went back to Graceland, he was such a fan, he actually built a bowling green there.
Graceland Green?
Yeah, Graceland Green. And I think it's still there, as far as I'm aware. So, yeah, if you've been, let us know. Yeah. But, shall we play the jingle again? That was a mysterious hidden history tale from Newport. It's time for Newport-on-Tay Hidden Histories. So anyway, there you go. That's our new feature. So if you like that, write in and let us know. And if you didn't like it, then
don't write in.
Don't write in and let us know. But
do write in.
You write in whatever you want. Newport-on-TayTV @gmail.com. Actually, we forgot to read the email out in the first bit. Newport-on-TayTV @gmail.com. Please, ladies and gentlemen, just write into us. Whatever you want to hear, we're here, okay? And we'll read out the good emails and all the rest of it. We'll read out as much as we can. We want you involved, okay?
Definitely.
So, what we need to add in this time is our third place that we went to on our trips to Newport.
Oh, the third Newport.
People have been asking, where was this third Newport?
Yeah.
And it was actually, Mark, it was just outside, where was it?
Newport Telford. Telford and Wrekin, I think. Shropshire kind of area.
Yeah, it wasn't that far from Wales, was it? Really?
No, it's only kind of close to the border. It was only, because we drove from South Wales, so it was a few hours, but it's close. So
that was our third Newport, and we recommend it. Because honestly, it was like we had breakfast in an old Tudor building.
It's like classic market town.
Yeah. But the thing was, because we asked people in the shops and said, you must get loads of tourists here, because it looked touristy. It had bunting up, it looked like it had it up all year. All the shops were full, there was no shut down shops, and this wasn't a small high street, it was big, wasn't it? And he said that
11,000 people, 12,000 people stay there. But I suppose it's maybe not a tourist area.
No, it's a bit out of the tourist way.
Type.
Unless you're on the Newport-on-Tay, Route 66, which is what we were doing.
Or in the Newport Triangle.
Yeah, the Newport Triangle, which will extend into another shape, because we're going to go to other Newports and we'll see other Newports. But the big thing, or the most famous thing about Newport Telford is we walked past a pub and it was Ozzy Osbourne used to own it.
Yeah.
So Ozzy Osbourne used to own a pub in Newport Telford. Yeah. But there was a lovely market, and we sat and spoke to some old ladies for a while. It was
a record shop.
Record shop, yeah.
What did we buy there? Was these really good pancakey type thing? Were they like crumpets or flat scones?
Something like that. Because we'd already loaded ourselves with Welsh cakes. Honestly, I was eating Welsh cakes for about a month after we came back. But yeah, so Newport-on-Telford, if you were waiting, ladies and gentlemen, for the big reveal, that was the one we went to.
Newport-Telford. I'd recommend it.
Recommend it. Yeah, absolutely recommend it. I don't think we haven't been to a Newport yet, which we wouldn't recommend.
Yeah.
There's something about Newports.
Yeah,
there's definitely something about Newports.
It's hard to put your finger on.
Yeah, but I think if this podcast gets popular, people visiting other Newports might become a bit of a thing.
Yeah.
We'll need to ask Goldie Looking Chain from Newport to come and play in the Rio.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, that would be quite nice, wouldn't it? I wonder if they'd answer us if we tried. We could give it a go. Maybe
we'll send them a rap.
We'll send them a rap. We did a rap actually, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they'd like that one, but they might. But
too good.
It's far too good. So there you go. That was our other Newport. So do continue to write in, ladies and gentlemen, and tell us if you've been to another Newport, or suggest a Newport that we could go and visit.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, send us some money and we could go there. No, I'm only joking. We don't want any money. We don't have money. We're just giving
pencils for the love.
Yes, but do it for the love. Our only currency is pencils in this place. So talking of pencils, we're just going to read out a couple of emails.
Proper professional.
Did you think so?
Yeah.
Well,
smooth.
The first email we've got, so now if we read out your email again, you're getting a pencil, okay? So, and now Finlay McLaren wrote in to say parts of Newport. He said the parts of Newport and East Newport, West Newport, Woodhaven and Wormwood, although the boundaries are somewhat blurred by the expansion of housing, going east to west, East Newport ended at the top of Boat Bray, and West Newport began.
Mm.
And West Newport ended at the entrance of Netherlee.
Okay.
Woodhaven began at the east access to the Mars Pier and ended at Flash Road. And Wonmouth began at the Old School and ended at the Galdry Road end.
That's very concise.
That's pretty comprehensive.
Yeah.
So that's great. Finley, thanks very much for that. He's also visited Newport, he's mentioned as well. So, but you only get one pencil.
Yeah.
So so thanks, Finley. So that he's given us a detail of where the boundaries are.
We were wondering what the boundaries last time.
Yeah.
That's good, yeah.
Although he has written both Bra.
Oh.
Boat
Well, that's
Bra.
it's a bray and it's bra.
Yeah. So I think we're getting ideas for songs, and I think we could maybe make a song out of Boat Bra.
Yeah.
Boat Bra. We'll go into it now. But so that was it. We've got another one here from. Wait a minute. Who are we? Simon and Mark. After attending a workshop by Jill Scalina today, my kid and I spotted a flyer of your podcast on a nearby bus stop and thought we'd give it a listen to it on the way back home to recite, and we really enjoyed it. The interview with Betty Matt was really interesting. So and they're going to come back and visit and go to the thrift shop, and she's put on here now following on Spotify, and that's from Nick and Grace.
Oh, Nick and Grace, that's lovely.
Nick and Grace, a pencil.
It's coming your way.
Let us know your address, and we'll let you know. And we've got another. I think we've got another one here. Yeah, we've got Linda as well, and she's written in Simon Mark, and she was very delighted to see we're doing a podcast, and she was listening to it on the way home from work in Fintry.
Hey.
And she's put, rather hopefully, maybe this is the furthest away listener, but you've been blown out of the water on that one, Linda. We've got further people away. But we have read out this, and we will send you a pencil.
It's a really nice idea, just thinking about people in different places listening to it, like somebody driving home from Fintry and stuff.
Yeah.
Somebody driving to Recite.
It's lovely, actually. Yeah. And I think, well, Mark, that's what, so Newport-on-TayTV@gmail.com, why don't you let us know where you're listening to the podcast? I don't mean like where, I mean like where are you in the garden, are you in the car, are you in the bath? I mean, I listen to my podcast in the bath. In the bath, or where are you? And even if you want to send in a picture, you can send in a picture of you listening to the podcast, and we'll put it on Newport-on-Tay News. Yeah,
brilliant.
That'd be a good idea.
I think it's a great idea.
Somebody else said they like the little fountain picture that we have on Spotify.
Or the logo thing, Is it a logo? I don't know if it's a logo.
I think it's our logo.
It's the starting of a logo.
Yeah. We might change it as time goes on, so we'll keep it fresh.
Logos aren't set in stone.
No, they're not. Logos and jingles could change at any time.
Yeah.
Just to let you know.
Hold on to your hats.
That's it. Hold on to your hats. It's going to be a big journey. But so live from Newport-on-Tay Towers TV recording studios broadcasting house. Thanks very much for listening in. And what we want you to do is let us know where you're listening. Send us a picture if you're listening to the podcast, if you like. And also, what I was going to say, if you're at the fountain, why don't you take yourself a picture there and you can send that in. And the pictures you send in we'll put on Newport-on-Tay News, and that's on Facebook.
Because it'd be quite nice, you could get a picture of the fountain, we could change the fountain picture, and then we could swap it for a picture we like to be set in, so they could be the logo for the week.
They could be.
Just change the picture and have the picture, but still with the Newport-on podcast.
Well, that's a good idea, but then I'd have to work out how to do that. But that's fine, we can do that.
No, I can do that.
Yeah, you do that. Well, that's fine. Right.
I've got a job to do.
Live on the programme. There we go. That's right. I'm going to negotiate with Martin from now on live, and then that's what
then you can write in and see what we can do.
Exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, do write in. Thanks for listening once again, and we're going to leave you with it. Now, Mark, did you manage to kind of... We understood Elvis sang a song when he was at the bowling green, and I think we're going to try and recreate that song now to finish off the show. Yeah?
This is what we imagine. This is what we think. So we have artistic licences to prove it
So sing along, ladies and gentlemen, once more, and we're going to sing you Elvis's version of a bowling green song. Here we go. Buy a pint, play some pool, wear your whites and act real cool. You can polish your bowls and act real mean, but honey, stay off of my green, and don't you step on my bowling green. Well, you can do anything, but lay off of my bowling green. Or you can buy a pint, play some pool, wear your whites and act real cool. You can polish your bowls and act real mean, but honey, stay off of my green, but don't you step on my bowling green. Well, you can do anything but lay off of my bowling green. Newport Bowling Green, Newport Bowling Green, oh yeah, Newport Bowling Green, Newport Bowling Green. Well, you can do anything but lay off of my bowling green. Thank you very much for listening, everybody. Love you all for listening. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you the next time. Bye for now. Bye.